Today's a day for being cool, and in keeping with being cool, I brought my very own brand new gloves, gold top. My hand's the only thing I get to see, pretty much, that and the bike. So they need to look fabulous, and they now do. And the bike looks fabulous as well, which is the most important thing, because of course, today I am on a Triumph bobber. So the only question I need to ask really of any worth is, do I love it, and would I own one? And the answer, unflinchingly, is yes, and absolutely yes. But this is such a noisy road that I'm going to give up on this entirely and do the rest of it at home, in the comfort of my own home, with a cup of coffee. But sadly, less sheep. No sheep. There aren't any sheep. I have no sheep in this house. Hello again. Now, only a week ago, I went up to North Wales and I went up to a local dealership called Woods Motorcycles in Abergele. If you've never heard of them before, please do check them out. In fact, there'll be a link to their website in the description. If you come into North Wales, or if you can get to North Wales easy, it is well worth stopping off. Obviously, they are a Triumph and Ducati dealership, so specifically if you're looking for a Triumph or a Ducati, then it's great for you. If you're not looking for one, it's still worth seeing just because it's a really good garage anyway. They're very passionate about the machines and they really do know what they're talking about. On top of that, there is a brilliant road next to it as well, called the A548. What do you call it? Llanrwst. Of course it's Llanrwst. You idiot. Which goes from Abergele to Llanrwst, and it's got practically everything you want to test out a vehicle. Now, onto the machines. So, as I say, and I will keep saying, I was lucky enough to test out two of their bikes, the Triumph Bonneville Bobber, or just Triumph Bobber, and the Triumph Thruxton. Now, the reason for testing these two bikes, obviously they both use the same fundamentals for the power plant, for the engine. They've got that 1200cc engine. It has been modified so that it does fit the Thruxton and the Bobber and gives a different riding experience. And boy, does it give a different riding experience. Well now, ladies and gents, you join me in summer, full-on summer, we are officially there, in Woods Motorcycles, North Wales, and they've been kind enough to lend me a Triumph Bobber. Right, let's get out. This is a nice little touch. Who doesn't love a little side key? This is very, very odd. Drafting on a cruiser is never the best idea, is it? But I'll be damned if I'm getting stuck behind you. Whoop. Maybe just this. Is that closer? Hello. Calm yourself. So I'm going to start you off. I think it's best that I just enjoy the ride, and then I'll try and break down exactly why I enjoy the ride. So, let's start enjoying the ride. Yeah, it's punchy. It's a really nice kick. This is a very nice part, if you've never seen this before. There is a place that I can't pronounce the name of over that hill. Oh, that's relentless. Just throws you forward. It feels so planted because it's got less travel. Nothing really moves around that much. It's just instant connect from the engine to the wheel to the floor. I keep throwing it up to 60, but I'll be honest, I'm happy at 50. I suppose that's the idea, isn't it? It's not a racing bike. You don't go around tearing up the streets on it. You don't go out with that intention. You go out because you want to look fucking cool. And there aren't many bikes you could look cooler on than this. It's such a nice rumble all the way through your bum to your spine. just the engine, and it's there when you want it. It's not that it's constantly rattling around, frustrating you. It's that you go, oh, I kind of fancy some vibration. There it is. Oh yeah, nice little massage mid-ride. That's right, just get deep down into my glutes. Don't be afraid. Go as low as you want. If you change gear and you're still revving on, there was a really big, solid jolt that feels like you're locking a planet into place. Oh, fuel! Uh-oh. Oh dear. I haven't even gone that far. I would just like to point out that I haven't gone that far. I now need to find my sat-nav and go, where is my nearest lotion motion station where I can go and fill up on the good stuff? I'm going to assume Sandroost. Let's pull over for a minute. Okie dokie. Well, I could probably find out my tank range. It's on these somewhere, isn't it? Tank range. Something on here. Oh wait. Was that what I think it was? Hello sir, good choice. 25 miles. No. So, the question is, do I go to Llanrwst and fill up, or do I try and get it back and try and get it filled up? I mean, it would be embarrassing if I rang them up and said it's run out of juice, isn't it? Ah, crap. Place, isn't it? Me. Petrol. Actually, you do need to go off and put your own chest count. Chest count, chest mount, camera. Ba-da-ba-ba. See that? Snowdon. Mount Doom on the corner. You also notice I'm on the other side of this road. Yeah, we had a little crossover. What happened in the time frame? Well, I had to refuel because this little beauty has a peanut tank. Apparently, 9.1 litre. Just plenty. Okie dokie. I keep putting my feet in the wrong place. Now that I've regained my thoughts, I can explain some things. I'm loving it. But in all seriousness, I am loving it. It's a great bike. It's very different to anything else I've ridden. We're not so lazy, not so cruiser-esque that I'm bored by it. It's also fairly firm. That is noticeable. We have 90mm of travel on the front, and I think it's 76mm on the back, I'm going to say. It's not an awful lot. So the travel isn't huge, but that speaks to the character again. It really shouldn't be, because it's a bobber and it's supposed to bob. And it does bob, which is good. Obviously you feel rooted. There's a real satisfying weight to it, where the bike feels heavy, not too heavy. It certainly doesn't feel lardy, it just feels substantial, I think is the best word to describe it. So I've been told, because it hasn't got that stupid showboating rear wheel / tyre. It's got that little 16-inch rear wheel. It holds a corner and it holds a line straight and true. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to call it flickable, because it's not. But when you're on a bike that's got a nice weight to it, actually, that helps it feel nicely planted, and it actually helps it hold the line a little bit easier. The revs do flutter a little bit in town if you're in first gear. A little, maybe it's because it's cold, I'm not sure, when I started in town. And it should be quite smooth because it has a ride-by-wire throttle. But there's a little bit that's not quite as smooth. Then of course you've got your mode button, which is easy enough to find actually. So you've got road, which Rain. I don't want rain. I've got road. It is super low. This is now officially the lowest bike I've ridden. 690 millimeters. I like that. You can get on easy. And because your knees are forward, you're not very cramped. And of course, you can adjust the seat. You can move that front or back. The seat is very comfortable because, as again somebody pointed out, it's bum shaped. It cups you like you are a teacup pig in the palm of a very big hand. Yeah, you just have to prepare a little bit better going into a corner for the brakes. You wouldn't leave it to last minute because, of course, well, they aren't the sharpest. They are kind of dulled off a little bit. Smooth, soft really, just soft brakes. That's not to say that it doesn't have braking power, and of course it has got ABS as well, so if you yank on, you shouldn't be too concerned about locking up, but you really would have to yank on. I think one of the best things to take away from it is the power plant in this thing. That 1200cc power plant lifted from the T120, which is similar to the one that you get in the Thruxton, although that's slightly differently tweaked, as is this one, but in different ways. So I believe the Thruxton is supposed to rev a little happier, and this one's supposed to be that lazy wide spread of torque, starting quite low. 4,000 revs for peak Newton meters and peak torque. That really is true. So it feels solid, it feels weighty, it feels powerful, it feels like everything you'd expect from it. And having never ridden a cruiser before, I could quite happily get on with this bike. And I know it's not an everyday bike. I could make it work. This could be my everyday. Now then, did I enjoy my time on the Triumph Bobber? Most importantly, yes, I absolutely did. It is a great big thumping parallel twin. As far as horsepower goes, it's got 76 brake horsepower, developed at about 6,000 RPM, and it's got 106 Newton meters of torque, developed around 4,000 RPM. It is a cruiser, it is not meant to be revved hard, it is all about low down torque so that it can drive you through and pull consistently, thuddingly along. It is ride-by-wire, so it is metered out a little bit. It doesn't mean that you throttle on and it's just an aggressive brute and it makes you feel like you're going to fall off the back. It's just that if I had to put it into words quite simply, it feels like a sledgehammer of torque. You just twist the throttle, off, and it shoots off. It just feels weighty, like things would move out of its way. And I really enjoyed that because I've not had that before with a different bike. Do I think the brakes are underpowered? Possibly. Would it put me off owning one? Crucially, no. Because they work. They're fine. And they just go with the style of it, really. They feel appropriate, albeit like you need to put a bit more pressure on. Actually, conversely, the clutch is really light as well because they've all got the clutch assist, which is so nice. And once you've ridden a bike with clutch assist, especially in a town, you won't want to go back from that because it just helps you out so much with your left hand so that it doesn't cramp and you don't get arthritis when you're older and you can't hold things. Oh no. Then of course you get the wheelbase. It is a long bike for that class, for the modern classics range, specifically the 1200cc's out there. It is the longest they do. It's not got a massive fuel range. Is it a problem? No. So of course with the price as well, you can get it for £10,600 for the basic. That would be your black Triumph Bobber. You can get it in the Morello cherry red thing, which is what I had it in actually. And that is £10,725. Same as the grey one, which again is up by £125. Or you can go for competition green with the hand detailed gold pinstriping, which is £10,900. Same is true of the red one with the same sort of detail to it. As I say though, most importantly, I really did enjoy my time on it, and it was a different style of riding, I think, is the most important thing to take away from this. The thing with the bobber is a lot of these are going to sell just from looking at it. People are going to see it, buy into the style and think, you know what, even if it handles badly, I want that bike. Luckily for those people, it doesn't handle badly. So they'll end up getting a bike that can perform and still looks that cool. And if you want to see how it compares to the Thruxton, of course I have a review of that coming soon, and there will be a link in the description to see how that fares. Bye. I feel like you've been very polite and no one's mentioned anything about the sideburns, bar my girlfriend, but you're possibly wondering why I've got them. Valid question, answerable simply because it's the TT while I'm recording this. Funnily enough, I have a favourite, and he's not racing. Oh no. So I gave myself the full-on Guy Martin Plus. Guy Martin Wolverine Hybrid. And what? Yeah, they're going to be gone next week, but now they're on camera, aren't they? They're saved, immortalised. Couldn't really put them in there and not learn a Guy Martin impression. My mug at home, it disgusts you. You see my mug at home, you can make a cup of tea without sticking a tea bag in it. Yeah. You look me stone dead in the eye and you tell me that's not spot on. Spot on. Get a brew on. Oh yes. Ah, this lass. Hey, hey. I don't know what to say. Whatever it is, you need to do it like 1,000 miles an hour. Oh yeah, cracking. Bob on. This tea's lovely. Oh, it's belting. Belting cup of tea. Oh yeah. A little insight into my day is that I wake up, I make breakfast as Guy Martin, or whoever else I've got in my mouth at that time. Wait, that sounds wrong. I make my breakfast in an impression. Today it was Guy Martin. These boys, hey, they don't mess about. Hey, they're cracking, bob on. Spot on.